A professor at one of Washington, D.C.'s most prestigious and politically influential universities, located just a few miles away from the White House, is now spearheading the Pan-Africanist EFF's bid to take control of Johannesburg. Tlaleng Mofokeng is not only a Georgetown academic and a United Nations human rights official, but also the head of a global commission supposedly dedicated to combating racism. Yet, she has now joined Julius Malema's party, a movement that chants in support of white genocide in South Africa and whose violent ideology was recently exposed before the world from inside the White House itself.
Kill the poor, the farmer, kill the poor.
Stay tuned, because in today's video I'm going to expose the truth about an earth-shattering political candidacy in Johannesburg that has the potential to completely reshape the political landscape of that city. You see, Tlaleng Mofokeng formerly served as a senior lecturer at Stellenbosch University, a distinguished lecturer and adjacent professor at Georgetown University just outside the US capital of Washington, D.C. Here, she works as a senior scholar with the university's Center for Global Health Policy and Politics. This center hosts the university's Commission on Racism, Structural Discrimination and Global Health, of which she is currently, of course, the co-chair. But apart from her employment at one of the most prestigious and politically influential universities in the United States, located almost on the doorstep of the White House, Mofokeng has also been selected as the United Nations Human Rights Council's Special Rapporteur on the right to physical and mental health, becoming the first African woman to ever hold this position. At the UN's Human Rights Council, she also chaired the Coordination Committee of Special Procedures, mandate holders, and focused particularly on advancing socialist healthcare, critical race theory, sex education for children, and of course abortion. Mofokeng has received various international awards. In 2016, she was named among the Mail and Guardian, a South African newspapers, 200 young South Africans, and selected as one of the 120 under 40 new generation of family planning leaders, an initiative of the Bill Gates Institute at Johns Hopkins University. She subsequently became a senior fellow of the Aspen Institute's New Voices Fellowship, and in 2021 was even included in the BBC's prestigious 100 Women list, which of course recognise what the British government broadcaster deems to be influential and aspiring women from around the world. Mofokeng has actively been involved in US culture war politics when it comes to the issue of abortion. As UN Special Rapporteur, she submitted arguments in the US Supreme Court's Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization case, in which she claimed that overturning Roe v. Wade could violate international human rights obligations and have catastrophic implications worldwide. She has also attacked the Trump administration's restrictions on US funding to foreign organizations involved in performing and advocating abortions. In a 2022 official UN statement, she endorsed what she described as a non-binary understanding of gender as the policy basis of a transgender-affirming approach to healthcare in the United Nations. Now Mofokeng is trying her hand at politics, announcing she will spearhead the EFF's campaign against the DA and the ANC in Johannesburg during the upcoming municipal elections in this country, which we all, of course, know is now just a few weeks away. You see, while the DA has long ago already announced that Helen Zille will be their candidate in Johannesburg, the ANC's own mayoral candidate announcement is shockingly still on hold, which in and of itself is a testimony to the disarray in that declining party currently. And with the EFF now looking to pounce and capitalize on the ANC's decline in Johannesburg, the announcement of one of the few figures in the party with international prestige is a highly strategic move. But keep in mind that Georgetown University, where Mofokeng has now worked for nearly 4 years, is located just a few miles away from the very White House where Donald Trump last year held an explosive press conference with Cyril Ramaphosa and his delegation, where he exposed the EFF as a terror group calling for genociding people in South Africa, the exact same party Mofokeng is now representing.
Honorable. Yes, Honorable Member. Must never be scared to a revolution demand that at some point there must be because the is part of a revolutionary act. Shoot to Gaza. The poor, the farmer, the poor, the farmer.
Now, just as not only the entire world, but especially the political establishment in Washington, D.C. has been made well aware of what the EFF and its ideological Fanonist political theory, according to which the white man must be killed in order for the black man to be liberated, is, Mofokeng has decided to join the ranks of this party with Malema to try and pounce on the ANC's decline in Johannesburg. And given that we know that the ANC's voter base is far more likely to gravitate towards the EFF than they would ever do towards the DA, a trend that we have covered really extensively on this channel in the past, this bold move by the EFF to run a candidate with massive support from the international left might just end up causing a massive shake-up in the local political landscape of the city that has long been known as the economic hub of the entire African continent. But what is undoubtedly the most shocking part of this entire story is the fact that a professor from one of the United States' most prestigious and politically influential universities is now running for mayor in the country's largest city and most wealthy city, with a party openly chanting for genocide. Georgetown University occupies a particularly powerful position in American law diplomacy, public policy, and international affairs. Its law school, for example, is the largest in the country and among the world's leading institutions for international law, while its School of Foreign Services has educated generations of diplomats in the US, such as ambassadors, senior government officials, and of course also even heads of state. And yet, the head of its Commission on Racism, Structural Discrimination and Global Health seems not to have a problem with calling for systematic genocide of an entire nation based solely on their race. The question that inevitably comes up now is how on earth is this even possible? How has she not been fired from her illustrious position, or at least disciplined by either Georgetown University or the UN Human Rights Council, or even the United States of America itself, where she currently holds a green card to work? And when she is teaching classes or lecturing at Georgetown, what is she actually teaching the students that are studying healthcare and law there? All of these questions should not only concern us here in South Africa, but of course the American people as well. But perhaps even more worrying than this is the complete and utter silence of the media about the implications of this highly controversial candidacy for one of the most important political offices in South Africa. But while no one else seems to be willing to report on this, we here at the Willem Petzer Group never shy away from exposing uncomfortable truths such as these. We are dedicated to exposing the political realities of the day in South Africa for what they are, because we know that doing so is the only way to truly change people's hearts and minds and to start actively opposing political developments such as these and working towards solutions for our children's future. Take your own participation in this fight to the next level by becoming a patron of the Willem Petzer Group today by simply following these easy steps on the banner below. We would greatly appreciate you joining us in this fight. But Mafokeng's candidacy in Johannesburg is far from the only earth-shattering development that is already characterizing this year's municipal election. In a recent report on this channel, we outlined how Jacob Zuma's MK party, which is contesting at municipal level for the very first time ever, is now, according to the latest polls, on its way to potentially winning and governing up to 40 different municipalities and even maybe upsetting the ANC by becoming the largest party in this country. You can check out that full report by clicking on this link appearing on your screen right here. We really believe you would benefit from the information in this video. Thanks for tuning in and watching today's video right up until the end. Let us know in the comments if you have done so. Goodbye and God bless.